John. It's
Hey, how you
it's so
going?
good to see you. It's so good to meet you. I haven't been lucky enough to meet you in person until today, so it's lovely to meet you.
Thanks for
Um,
having me.
Anytime. I was playing your music earlier, and everyone was really loving it. So it's so good to hear and get to talk to you about your music and what you've been doing. 2025 is nearly finished. Have you got much more for the year to go?
Well, as far as shows are concerned, heading up to Sydney to the Brass Monkey on Sunday.
Oh, yes. I've never
So
been.
doing a little acoustic set there, and then I'm jumping up with a band to play some electric guitar, which I haven't done for ages. So I'm really looking forward to cranking the amp up. They're called Single Youth, and the singer out of that band I met at the Dag Sheep Station this year at the Songwriters Retreat,
Yeah.
and they were looking for guitarists. I said, hey, no worries. So that's on, and Luke O'Shea's playing there as well at lunchtime, and I messaged him last week and said, I'll be coming up because I love, listening to Luke and Lynn.
Yes.
And he messaged me, sorry?
They are fantastic.
Oh,
Both.
yeah. So he messaged me back and sort of said, well, don't be surprised if I get you up for a few songs. So that'll be a bit of fun. And in that, it's a big weekend. So I'm heading up to Lake Macquarie because there's another artist up there, Lucy Beveridge, who plays fiddle. Yes. And I've asked her to jump up with me at Tamworth Festival for a couple of songs just to accompany me. So busy weekend, and then it'll be just chill out and start preparing for 2026.
That's scary that we can say that, isn't it? I don't know how we can do that. 2026 shouldn't be that close.
Oh, no. Where's the year? I've had such a good year.
Oh, it's been such a busy year, but it also feels like it hasn't been busy enough that it's over. I don't know how it's strange to feel that, isn't it?
That's what my dad says. He goes, mate, settle down. It goes really quick.
It does. My goodness, it does. So you're heading to Tamworth. I really want to come and see you live in Tamworth because I just love your music. I can't wait to actually get to see you in person. So it'll be lovely. We'll have to try and fit an interview, an in-person chat in while you're there.
Oh, I would love that. That'd be great fun.
It'd be amazing. Now, I know we always talk for artists, first time on the show, we always talk about how they got into music, but since we jumped online and started chatting, I've been dying to know the story behind the photo behind you. Is that you riding is it the bull?
That is me riding that horse.
Yeah.
That's what you'd call bareback riding at rodeos. So I don't want people to think I'm a little bit lightheaded or crazy, but I guess I'm an adrenaline junkie at heart. And growing up on a farm, we had horses, and my mates used to give me grief about this because I started off doing pony club.
Yes.
And all the friends around the area, mate, what are you doing wearing those jodhpurs? Like, they would you'd get on the school bus and they would give me grief. But, it wasn't that bad because we used to have so much fun, and we used to go on all these camps with all the horses, and I really, we go on trail rides. I really liked it. So I did a bit of eventing and through pony club and a bit of show jumping, all that sort of stuff, but it just wasn't enough. And how I got into this is I met a couple of cowboys when I turned 18. It's just typical, isn't it? You go to the local pub, and our local pub was about, 30 to 40 minutes from home. And I don't know how I actually ended up in this place. I might have been hay carting from a farmer up there or something like that, and he said, let's go down the pub. Anyway, I met these two cowboys there, and I just got talking to them. They're a bit older than me, and I asked them about rodeo, and they asked, do you ride horse? I said, yeah, I've grown up doing that sort of stuff. And they said, well, why don't you come to rodeo. It was at a place called Whittlesea, which is down in Victoria.
Yep.
And it's like an open bushman's type carnival rodeo. It's not a pro rodeo.
Yeah.
Nothing ventured, nothing gained.
Exactly.
So I put the Wrangler jeans on, you know, and headed down there and met them. And I tried everything pretty well much. So I think the first ride was a bull.
Yes.
I never, apart from working with cattle in a yard, I'd never been on a bull before.
Oh, wow.
So I got a lend of a bull rope and a glove and didn't know anything about it. And they tied my hand in there as tight as they could, and I nodded up and out I went. I think I must have lasted half a second and just found myself on the ground. So then I got on the horses and the bug had bit. And so, you know, years down the track, this sort of thing started happening. I started chasing the circuit around and when I could in between work, and found myself going around Australia doing it. And did bulls and bareback horses. So I did bulls for about a year and a half or 2 years, and I like horses, you know, and I just got back into the horses, and I'm lucky. I mean, I've had some serious accidents.
You'd have had some scars to talk about.
Just lucky to be walking, honestly. One of my mates, we'd sort of done the southern circuit one year, and we were sick of working, basically. I used to work across the road from our little farm on an apple orchard to subsidise, you know, money.
Yeah.
And we decided to head up north and follow the circuit. So we'd go through Victoria, New South Wales and up into Queensland. And anyway, we're the Pro Rodeo Association, so you're not supposed to do Bushman Carnival rodeos or bushy rodeos, as we call them.
Yeah.
But we were both skint and we needed money, like big time. I just bought a brand new bareback rigging which cost me $500. I'd only left home with like $1,000.
Wow.
Just off we went, you know, in this old Commodore, and Swags gear bag. I had my dog with me, and off we went. Anyway, so we were up in around Blackall in Queensland, and we got wind that there was this bushy rodeo out of town, about 100 kilometres or something. We sort of looked at one another. Let's enter. You know, we need a bit of quick cash.
Yeah.
Well, surely we'll win this. You know.
Oh dear.
So we went out, and it was an absolute eye opener for me. So they have what's called shotgun shoots, and they are bizarre, right? So normally with your shoot at a rodeo, if the Stokes heads up here, if people can see that, and you're sitting on the whatever you're on, bulls or horses, and then the gate swings out like that, so that the stock have to turn their head out and then they buck out. Well, shotgun shoots, the horse or the bull can just run. They open up the gates at the front. It's like a cattle crush, and the stock just goes straight out. Basically, there's two gates, so their head just sees a gap and off they go. So we've entered, and I've drawn this little buckskin. I swear I was back in Pony Club. It was fat as mud. It had been grazing on Mitchell grass for its whole life, and it was just, I could hardly get this new bareback rigging on. It was that fat. And I'm thinking, you know, this is dink, mate. I'm back in Pony Club. I've got this, you know, not overconfident, but
just enough.
Anyway, I've got on this thing. It was only about 13 and a half, 14 hands. So I'm only a little bloke, so perfect for me. And it's come out and done 2 big bucks out. And I've marked out and I'm sitting there, and then it just stopped. And it started wrapping around like a bull, going around in circles. So I'm just spurring it on the breech and shoulder, trying to get points to win money. And then it stopped. The buzzer went, the bell went, and I'm going, I'm going to ask for a re-ride because I'm not going to get enough points out of this. And the horse just did these 2 big leaps forward, buck forward. My hand popped out of the bareback rigging. I'm laying on the horse's rump. It's bucked again, and it's catapulted me straight up in the air. And then I've come down, and my legs are pointed straight up, and I've come down and landed right on the back of my neck like that. And both knees came down and smacked me on the face, broke my nose.
Wow.
And I'm laying there dazed. And the next minute, all these guys came out of nowhere and pinned me down and kicking dust in me, and I got blood, claret going everywhere. And I'm saying, get off me, get off me. But I didn't realise, you know, how dramatic it looked.
Yeah.
And so the ambulance driver came in with the, you know, we call it the meat wagon. The ambulance driver came in and he said, mate, please do not move. And he tried to put the neck brace on and get the board to slide underneath me.
Where my brain's going is back to ambulance.
I'm on my feet, mate. I'm okay. I've got no tingling. I'm swallowing blood here. Please let me sit up. So he let me sit up. And so I walked off, and the crowd's going, oh, yeah, how tough's this bloke? He's got up and walked away, no worries. And the ambulance driver, he was really worried. And he came up and just said, mate, I really want to take you to hospital to get you checked out.
Absolutely.
And so I went back, and we used to have our gene, you know, we have our genes that we ride in, and then we have our genes that we go back to the beer tent in.
Exactly.
You know?
Yes.
It's changed.
Right.
And then I started getting double vision.
Yep.
And I'm going, this is no good. So I ended up saying to the ambulance driver, listen, mate, maybe I should go to hospital. And he goes, I've already called for another ambulance. They'll have to stop the rodeo if you don't, you know, if we go now. So, yeah, no worries. So I go into hospital. Sure enough, they've done all the scans and all that, got a broken nose. And fortunately, the neck was okay.
Thank goodness.
So I was hanging around to cap this story off. I was hanging around and working on some stations up around there for money while I was doing rodeos on the weekend. And the ambulance driver, I didn't know this, had filmed it. He'd filmed the whole ride.
Yes.
And he called me and he said, mate, can you come round home? I've got something to show you. So I went round to his place. And I sat down and watched it, and I was horrified. I couldn't believe I walked away from that. So that's just one accident that I've had. I've had a few. I've broken my arm. I got stuck underneath a bull, broke my big toe.
Ooh.
But I got out of it. You know, I've seen blokes hung up on horses, and the horse kicked them in the head, and you know, yeah.
I've had. To be on the ambulance, so I was in the opposite position. I have seen some very interesting things from rodeo as well.
But we won it. So we won our ride.
You still won.
I won the ride, but my mate that was there, he was on a bareback horse too. He won it. So when I got back to the rodeo, they awarded us equal first. And so there was $500 cash and a belt buckle.
Oh, wow.
Said, mate, you have the belt buckle. I need the cash.
Yeah.
So, but it gets better, because then we went up and did Mount Isa rodeo, and he won there, and he won another buckle. So he gave me the buckle. So I got the money and the buckle as well.
Oh, my gosh. You both just swapped. That's excellent. And how long did it take to get your nose repaired? Did you have a lot of problems afterwards, or did it go okay?
Well, I had two massive black eyes, and people were looking at me sideways until they cleared up.
In a fight.
This bloke's a pub brawler or something, which is not the case, I can tell you. And look, I was playing AFL not long after I got back for seconds, and we had a practice match because I like to keep fit.
Yeah.
And I got into a tackle and came out with another broken nose. It broke it again.
Oh, you're joking. Oh my God.
Yeah.
You're very lucky to still be here. I've been
I know this. Yeah. Some of us are just like that, aren't we?
I think some of us are just like cats, 9 lives.
Don't say that. You've put a quota on me now.
Sorry. Oh dear, it's
Now,
funny.
I've just got
Hearing
to
your
sip my
story.
tea here. I've got a bit of a dry throat.
Yes, I'm the same. I'm trying to get the vitamin C in. It's no, I'm just hoping that's what stops. I love hearing your stories. We were talking before we went live about your time flying, and you have done some incredible things. You sound like you've never ever said no to things. You've just got in and lived life and had fun doing it along the way.
Isn't that just normal?
I think so. Some of us do it better than others, I think. I
Yeah.
try, but I always have a lot more accidents than most and strange luck than most. If it's unusual, it'll happen. But, Kaz said to tell you that music is much safer.
Yeah, Kaz, thank you. I know
How did
this now. I know
you know
this.
this now? How did your musical journey start? You've obviously really got in and lived life. Were you always doing music right through all of these times in your life?
Yeah, pretty much. I guess, to let listeners understand the cat that they're listening to, I mean, my mum's side of the family were not musicians themselves, but they were very passionate about music.
Yep.
And I can remember as a kid going to like watching bands that my mum's or my aunties and uncles, they used to manage restaurants and stuff like that. And as a kid, like I'm talking really young, because mum used to do waitressing for them to supplement the income. And, I've got vivid memories of watching all these older people up there dancing to like jazzy stuff, that sort of country type music where they shuffle around, that old time sort of waltzing dancing. And I never was really interested in the dancing, but the music, I was just glued to it. And the band members would see this, and the drummer would let me come up as a kid after the show. Do you want to sit and tap on the drums? Yeah, that'd be great, So that's where the journey started. And mum's music love was anything from, Roberta Flack to Shirley Bassey, Simply Red, all these big genre of artists.
Huge.
And Dad was Slim Dusty. He's got the whole box collection. And so him and his mates, they're into the Hank Williams, the Slim Dusty, that sort of stuff. So I had both sides of everything.
Yep.
And then as you start getting into your teens, you start to sample music.
Right.
And I met people that introduced me to other artists. They were into things like blues and Appalachian and all that sort of stuff. So then I started going down these channels and found people like Willie Nelson, Neil Young, all those sort of artists. And then it was like an arsenal, I'm just heading down these tunnels.
Magic.
Learning all about it. And Mum gave me a guitar at 5 years old.
We were just saying that. Yeah, looking at that. And you've still got it?
Yeah, I haven't got it with me. I've got the mate in here, but it's a great campfire guitar. It's a Fender, but it's a real cheap model. Sorry, Mum. Mum's no longer with us, but she'll be looking down. Don't worry, I'll get crack of lightning up the backside tomorrow.
All right, you'll be in trouble.
But that was I had about 4 or 5 lessons, and it didn't work. I was so little, and I'm only little now. Like my fingers just, the bottom 3 strings was all I could reach. So I lost a lot of interest. And it wasn't until I sort of got a little bit older and a little bit bigger that then I started teaching myself.
Yeah.
And it went from there. All my mates, like we had the traditional garage band. And I look back on it now, and it's so funny. In one of the sheds on a property before we moved to the property where we are now, they had this beautiful shed, machinery shed, and it was all enclosed. And a couple of mates on the school bus, they were into music, and one was a drummer and one was a bass player. And so we get at home on the weekends and we do all the classics from, Creedence Chuck Berry, Johnny Be Good. I don't know how many times I've played that in my lifetime, just learning 12-bar blues and Credence and learning all those chords.
Oh, yeah.
And it literally progressed. Going through high school, we had the high school band. And I don't know, I just was very fortunate to meet people through this journey that had played in bands, and I found myself then playing in cover bands. So doing all pub
You've
rocks.
had all of the sounds, all of the styles. Yeah.
Yeah. And I think when you're a young guitarist, I know every guitarist looks at Jimi Hendrix. They look at Stevie Ray Vaughan. We all do it, because we want to be playing a million miles an hour and doing all that sort of stuff.
All of it,
and
yeah.
I loved the pub rock, but, my friends in that, we did some gigs, and people said, "Oh, I'll play some country," and I would just do some of the classics. And these guys would follow me in the band, and they're going, "Can't believe you're into country music, mate."
Now it's cool. Now it's cool to love country music.
But I loved it. And when I'd go away, when we go on our camping trips or small little things, I'd have the guitar, and I'd even rodeo, my mates would say, "Oh, mate, you should really get into this," And I never had the confidence. I liked being a guitarist in a band and sitting back and doing a bit of backup vocals, but it never dawned on me to be the front man or anything like that. And honestly, it's only really the last 3 years that I've dived into the deep end and started doing this.
Wow. That's incredible. All this time. All of the things that you've jumped in to do, this is one that took you the time to get to do.
Yeah, I know. I think it's not like I have a lack of self-confidence or,
no,
there's things that I just will not even flinch at.
Yeah, things that you didn't think to do it.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess, and I still am the same. I listen to my voice and I go,
I do that
I don't know why.
Yes.
It just, when I was in the studio with Shane Nicholson, I said this, "Oh God, we have to," I was really worried about it, but I've heard it before, and he said, "Look, it's just something you have to learn to accept."
Yeah.
And I am now. I'm learning to accept it.
I remember when I was very young, and we're talking a little while ago now, Barry Thornton gave me my first guitar lessons, and I remember him telling me when I was probably 6 or 7, I don't know how old, maybe a bit younger. I remember him telling me he could never listen to his own music back. He couldn't listen to himself. I remember him saying that, and I remember thinking at the time how strange that was, that somebody so talented couldn't listen to their own. But then, yeah, I get it now as an adult. It's not the same when you hear it, and you judge. I think you're your hardest critic, aren't you? You judge yourself far harder than anyone else. So you only hear the negative.
I think so. It makes me work harder at practicing my singing.
Yes.
And I'll just stop, I generally have my guitar. Sometimes I get with the keyboard and I'll try and do some scales because I'm really trying to, get it a lot better. And I'll go, "That's not right." You hear it and you go, "No, come on, you've got to get it pitch perfect here." Because people, I think anyway, people that want to come and see you, don't want to hear this, you've got to be, all the country artists I go and see, I'm just go, wow. Like, went and saw Casey Chambers at her book launch here at Canberra, and literally I was about 3 meters. I was fanboy. I'm right up the front. And she got up and did songs throughout the conversation. And I was just gobsmacked at how phenomenally good she is.
Yes.
And how powerful her voice is.
Very.
Because we're that close. Basically, she was blowing me over with her breath. It was. So I work at it, and I'm loosening up a bit, but long way to go.
You're getting there, and I tell you what, I love your song "Crumbling Down." It's a great song, and was playing it here before we went live earlier. I just love it. how does it feel now that you've finally taken those steps and you've released Crumbling Down? How does it feel now it's out in the world?
You know,
Is it still
I
nerve-wracking?
just never in my wildest dreams, I call myself what you call a bedroom rock star. I've sat on the edge of my bed for so long, writing songs and playing. And some friends here, I was in a paddock one day and this friend came up and we got talking about music, and I said, oh yeah, look, since I've moved to Canberra, I haven't really done anything musically. And she goes, oh, she didn't know. It's just a new friend that I've done all this stuff. And she said, why don't you come down to the local pub and you do what's called a sing for your feed?
Yeah.
Yeah, all right. Free feed. I'm pretty happy with that.
That sounds like a plan to me. Yeah.
And that's where it started. So
Wow.
I went down there and I did some covers and I did some of my own songs. I thought, I'm going to test the water here. And at the end of it, the guy running it came up to me and said, oh, could you come back the following Wednesday and do an hour?
Oh, wow.
And I said, oh,
that's a big compliment.
Really? Yeah, I'm not real. I'm thinking in my mind, this is not sounding too good. So I did. And then he said, could you come back and do 3 hours on a Friday night?
Wow.
I said, mate, you're going to have to give me a month to get up to speed, you know.
Yes.
But that's where it started. Wow. And I thought, you know what? I've got all these songs that I've written.
Yeah.
I've got to do something with it. Yes. So I did a bit of recording here in Canberra, and it was great, but it just, I don't know how to explain it, just is not right, you know, because I don't know how to produce.
No, yeah, that makes sense.
And I heard Shane Nicholson was coming to Canberra, being the fanboy, you know, and so I thought, you know, I'm going to email this guy. So I found his email on his website and I emailed him and said, hey, mate, I let him know who I am. Heard you coming to Canberra. You know, do you need a support act? And I thought, oh, I'll never hear anything.
Hear back, that's what you think, yep.
He got back to me. And sorry, in the email I put in there, oh, and by the way, I know you're a producer and I'm looking to record my first album. I've got, you know, about 15 songs together. So he gets back to me, goes, oh, look, mate, thanks for reaching out. I really don't need a support act because I'm just doing 2 45-minute sets on my own, but I'm happy to talk to you about your music.
Wow.
And I was gobsmacked. And he said, in this email, when's a good time I can call you?
Oh, my gosh.
Well, I'm going,
you're going, what? When's a good time? Really? Like, as if any time.
Like I'd seen him a couple of stuff that I had already had up on Spotify that just was basic stuff. And he sort of got back to me and said, I listen to your music and, you know, it sounds pretty good. So what a nice bloke, hey?
And in this industry, we have some beautiful people. And
I can't believe it. Yeah. Look, it was just a light bulb moment. So I met him. We went to the show, beautiful show. Caught up with him after the show briefly. Look, had people there that wanted to catch up with him. So I said, mate, let's catch up at Tamworth. So we touched base via the phone and worked out a bit of a thing. And he was sort of moving interstate at the time. So we scheduled it for early this year. So, you know, here we are now. I've done this album with Shane. And that in itself was such a learning curve for me to watch an artist like that and a producer go about what they do and how they listen to your songs that you've just sent in a raw format. He wanted just acoustic raw format. And then, okay, you know, day one he says, all right, I've done all this. This is what I think we'll do. And we'll put drums on here. We'll do this with that. So Crumbling Down was first cab off the rank.
Yep.
The first bull out of the chute. And so we got to work on it. And look, you know, Josh Schuberth on the drums, Jen Myers on the vocals, Shane on the vocals, Shane on other instruments, and here we've got this product. And you're asking me what I think, how did this ever get to where it is now? And I know it's just bizarre for me because I just wanted to do an album and I was going to put it out there, you know,
Yep.
and I'm still gobsmacked.
But that's the thing, what makes it so special when you're doing the album because you're going to do it. You're not doing it to fit a certain sound. You're doing it for you. And I think fans notice that. Fans hear that. Fans feel that because it's true and it's real. When somebody fully believes in what they're saying and singing, I think it does present well on the song and you can tell the difference. And on top of that, to have such an amazing incredible group of musicians doing it with you. I can only imagine how special those moments would be feeling. And now
I'm going to have I'm going to have cosmetic surgery. I've pinched myself that many times. Like, I'm here. I'm now doing this. Like,
isn't it amazing? We're so lucky. And I'm the same. I know Scott and I often have moments where we're pinching ourselves and we think, how did we get here right now? You know, I'm just a fan of music and we're just, you know, but, you know, all the musicians, all of us, every one of us, we're all just fans. We really are. Yeah. And I think that's what makes us real. And I think that's how people like yourself get there because we earn it and we believe in it and we feel it. And I think that's what Country Kickback shows. But you did mention a few moments ago, you've got the whole album ready. 2026 is when you're planning to release. How are you feeling? Are you ready for release? How are you feeling with it all?
Yeah. I'm really looking forward to it. I think if, you know, look, it's really hard for me because I consider myself like an underground artist. You know, it's just, and I think my music is like that. That's why I'm blown out, like crumbling down. Like I had a friend the other day send me a message, Adele, who I met at the
Songwriters. Oh, it's amazing. Yes. Yeah.
And she's walking in her back door or into the house and he's crumbling down way up in the Kimberley playing on their radio.
Yes.
So that's sort of blown my mind a lot. And now I think about the rest of the album. There's another 8 songs on that album.
Oh my gosh.
And some of it's, I don't know how to explain it. You know, I'm very alt country. So there's a vibe in there that can be bluesy. There's a bit of banjo. There's, you know, lap slide, resonator. There's all this stuff in there that Shane's done that has transformed these songs into something I could never have ever imagined.
Dream it. Can you? The producer's ear is such a specialist thing.
When I grow up, I hope I can listen like someone like it.
I agree. I could not agree more. I wish I had that talent.
Yeah.
I don't know how you listen to a song or an album when you first of any artist that you're listening to, but when I listen to a song or an album, especially if it's a busy song or a busy album with lots of different things in it, I have to unlayer it in my head instrument by instrument or part by part. And I often think to myself, how does a producer imagine this whole song for it to get to that? Because they obviously can imagine it in reverse, everything together and what everything will blend like, whereas I have to unpack it piece by piece. So to have that talent, that's an incredible talent to have.
Oh, look, anyway, so the album, it's got some heartfelt songs in it. That's the best way I could describe it without telling you anything more about it. But I'm sure people, once they get to know me, will say, that's typical Stokesy, how he writes music. And I've been working towards another album.
Already, wow.
I've probably got probably halfway through it with songs. I've already recorded one back in the studio with Shane. We haven't mastered it yet, but it's a direction that I'm really enjoying going. So it's got fiddle on it and just me on acoustic guitar and vocals.
Beautiful. Oh, I would love. I can't wait to hear that. Oh,
So you know, this album, I think people will like. I hope people like it, and I can't wait for people to give me feedback on it.
I can't wait either. I'm very excited to hear your album.
Well, you never know. I might give you a sneaker peek at
I would love that. Oh my gosh. We had a festival on the weekend. I think just hearing your stories, the people that were around us that day, I think there'd be so many that would relate to your album and to your music. I can't wait for the world to see it. It's so exciting for you. And you look like, you look like you're meant to be there. You look like it's where you were meant to be. And
don't get me all embarrassed now.
Tell me about the didgeridoo next to you.
How
did you learn?
Taught myself, like pretty well much everything I do. I teach myself. A friend of mine, well, an older friend, but he's a friend. He's probably about 10 to 15 years older than me. He's a school music teacher.
Oh, wonderful!
And he's actually the one that introduced me to Neil Young. And he was taking a school camp to Central Australia. He said, I'm going to look for a didgeridoo, or yidakai is what they're called traditionally.
How do you say yidakai?
Yidakai, yeah. Okay. And you can look it up, yeah. So that's when didgeridoos sort of have migrated down here, but they first really originated from the top end of Australia.
Okay. Oh,
and so he got this from Central Australia when they were on the tour for me. He got one for himself. So I've had this for a few years. And this is on some of the stuff I've released. It's the didgeridoo that's been played on that music. But there's a band here in Canberra called the Jami Band. They're an Indigenous band, and I've got up with them and played didgeridoo.
Yeah. When you said that, as soon as I knew the name, yes.
Yeah, and that's a lot of fun. To be able to get up with those guys.
Would be
and they've got a heap of didgeridoos, and they're all in different. See, this one's in C sharp.
Yes.
And that's the thing; they're all in different keys. Yeah. So, whilst you can manipulate that in the studio, when you're playing live, it makes it difficult. You've got to get your capo in or something like that with your guitar.
Yeah, to change that. Yeah.
But I love the didge. It's a good instrument.
Oh, it's an incredible instrument, and it is so. It's not an easy instrument to learn, let alone teach yourself. So I imagine when you got it, it would have been very satisfying when you started to get it to really work.
Well, the technique, I've heard some funny stories about the technique and how you go about it, but really the secret is when you're blowing out, so you put a bit of pressure on your lips, and it's I probably should play the didge, but okay, whilst you store air in your cheeks, and whilst you're going like that, you're breathing in at the same time, so it's
oh wow,
and that's how you get circular breathing going.
Oh my
god! So you're not trying to suck stuff in from the side. You're nasal breathing and then pressurizing your cheeks, so to speak, with air and blowing out at the same time. And you store that air in your cheeks like a, compressor, and then you breathe in at the same time.
Wow. So that is quite a talent. Very interesting. I've never actually known any of that. That's really interesting to learn.
It's one of my campfire tricks that, when we're sitting around a campfire and people are pretty relaxed, and I bring the didgeridoo out, and they all want to have a bit of a play, and they go, how do you do that breathing? So I just have a bit of fun with myself, and I get them all sitting there doing this lip exercise. If you people can see yourself now.
I would love to be at the campfire with you. That would be fun.
Well, we'll do it. We'll do it.
We definitely will. Have you been to Tassie before?
I have. I've been to Tasmania twice now.
Oh, wow. Where did you go to?
Pretty much all. I've been over a fair bit of it. Excuse me.
You're all right. I'm the same. My life is Jared.
Yeah, over the east, over the west, down the south, up the north. It's a beautiful, beautiful place. Freycinet National Park.
Oh my gosh. Yes. Isn't Freycinet? It's stunning. It is stunning.
Oh, wow.
I actually did a trail competition down there a few years ago. And I had to race. It was a race. And we had to go up and over and down into Freycinet and doing that, the big, I don't know if you did the big walk, the big loop around and got to see the beautiful sand and the views. And I couldn't race. I didn't want to. I wanted to stop and look at
Yeah.
everything. So I came
Yeah.
last because I did that. I stopped and looked at everything. Thank you so much. Jared's just coming to the lights on me. The sun's still out, but it's gone by the cloud and it's
Yeah, I
started.
noticed that.
I'm sorry. Thank you very much.
But I couldn't get over like all the oyster shells that were laying about. And then you go over the other side to the coast.
Yes.
From the bay. And there's a nice walk you can do all down through there. That's really spectacular.
Yeah.
But I've been down there with my mates, so yeah, just another thing that I used to do was race motorbikes. I don't race anymore. I still ride motorbike.
I knew you did motorbike, right? And I was wondering if you'd ridden down here.
Yes, yeah, we did it.
Down to the farms and have a look.
Oh, it is spectacular. That over the west there is beautiful country.
It's so different, isn't it? Tassie, I always say you can almost draw a line down it and it looks like you've gone to a whole nother country, the west to the east. Both stunning, absolutely stunning places, but you honestly look completely the opposite. You think you've gone to another country. And
the rain.
Yes, on the west coast.
It rains over there. I think
constantly.
We would have had maybe we were down for a week, and I think we probably had 2 days where the sun was shining. And this is in November.
Yep. The west coast is wet and the east coast, we are desperate over here. I'm in the north, but we are dry. We needed rain quite badly. So it's funny how it's almost someone like draws a line. The rain stops at that point, and it's a beautiful place. So if you're ever down here, we'll definitely have to take you for a ride and let you see everything because it's gorgeous. We're very spoiled.
Love to.
Now, I know that we've kept you for so long. I hope you didn't have another interview. But now that Scott's really good, he's putting up all these amazing facts, which I love. You're a marathon runner. Your best time was 2 hours, 48 minutes. And a lot of medallions. I've never done a full marathon, but I used to always do half marathons and I was quite good at them. Not as good as you by the sound of it. Tell me have you done them everywhere? What's your
I'd have to look. Yeah, I've been Queensland, Melbourne, Canberra, half marathons, 10Ks, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, look, I always like to keep fit, and I was always reasonably good at cross country at school. And I don't know, running around paddocks, throwing cow pats at one another must have built up a pretty good base.
Hay bales. Running's not so bad when you don't have to throw a hay bale up, is it?
So all that fun stuff that you do. My first marathon was 3 hours, 15 minutes. Wow. And I didn't know anything about how to train for a marathon. Yeah. And mind you, I hadn't even done a 5K or a 10K or a half marathon at this stage. I just went straight in the deep end.
Yep.
And I think my biggest run before it was about 21 Ks.
Oh, wow.
And that's off probably 40 to 50 Ks a week.
Yep.
And I did it and I had to walk. I got to about 30 Ks, 35 Ks, and I'm saying, you are an idiot, mate. You've got to finish this. And I just said to myself, I'm never, ever doing this way. Yeah. Everyone's going to laugh at this.
When you crossed the finish line, you changed your mind, didn't you?
Well, no. I had more muscles aching than shearing a sheep. Honestly, the first week I started shearing sheep, I couldn't even touch my toes. I was that stiff. I finished this marathon and I needed to go and have a wee. I was busting for a wee.
I know.
So I'm trying to find the toilets. I could hardly walk up the stairs to the portable toilets. I couldn't walk. Mate, I needed a walking frame for about a week after it. Wow. So, but you know what? The second week I started jogging again. I'm going, I reckon I could do a better time. Yeah. And so, yeah, you know what it's like. So straight back on the pony. And yeah, I don't know how many I've done now. It's like full marathons, marathons, it'd have to be over 12 now. I'd have to go and look at all the medallions.
Incredible.
Half marathons, 5Ks, But yeah, look, I'm not that fast. I don't know that I have the engine for it. I'm probably more suited maybe to ultra marathons where I can go a bit slower and be happy walking a bit.
Yep.
But I'm really happy with that. Look, I'll have another crack. The year before last, I was training for Melbourne Marathon, and it was 6 weeks out, and I rolled my ankle in the bush on a Sunday long run, which was, they're generally about 38 Ks.
Yep.
And I just thought I'd rolled it. And I had a couple of days off, and it was swollen. The swelling went down with ice packs and all that. And
stress fracture.
I just started taking medication to kill the pain because I'm pretty headstrong. She'll be right.
Yeah.
So I've got a friend that's a physio, and I was telling him about it over the phone. He goes, "Oh, mate, I'd go and get it looked at." And I didn't. I ended up doing the marathon, and I was going good. I got in with the group, so we would have been on about, I was aiming to do a sub 240.
Yep.
My training had been really good. I was doing some great sessions. But I got to, he was on the side of the road videoing me, and I think that was at about 28 Ks, and I looked across at him. He goes, he knew I dropped off. And he said, and I just said to him, "Mate, it's not a good day at the office." No. So I finished, I think I did a 250 or 252.
Still pretty good.
Yeah, but when you train really hard, you're a bit disappointed.
You do.
So I thought, the last 5 years I've trained really hard. I'm going to give my body a rest.
Yeah.
Because I got up to 220 Ks in a week. Yeah. Plus work. And you know what it's like. It's hard.
Yeah. It's really hard on your body.
Yeah. And
get sick easily too. It runs you down like you catch. Yeah, I found that too.
Yeah, your immune system drops.
It does. Yeah. Big time. And then COVID has reduced a lot. I find now I catch things far easier than I did before COVID. I think your body gets so used to not being around bugs and people that you catch more things, and training hard doesn't help that.
I think you're 100% on the money there, because I'm out in a paddock, isolated most days, even though I come home, there's family and stuff. But I'm not in contact with people most of the time, and I'm probably more susceptible when I'm training really hard than most other people, or a lot of athletes are that train like that.
Yeah.
But look, I've been back into the running again. Because of this crumbling down thing, I've been really hectic with radio interviews. That's really new to me.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to schedule all that stuff and try and fit in. So I'm sort of only hovering around about 30 Ks a week, which I'm happy with, and push bike and some weights.
Yep. Yeah, bike is always been my go-to because it just takes the jarring out of your. I've always preferred my bike to train on, just to take that jarring of the joints, and that way it doesn't hit you as hard in between.
It's like a massage, I think.
Yes.
I know that sounds a bit weird, but it is. You're turning your legs over and you're keeping the cardio system going, but you're right, it's not the impact, the jarring, even though, it's good for your bone density to do lots of jumping and stuff, but I find if I've done a really hard session in the morning, if I jump on a push bike in an afternoon, it ends the day really well.
Yep, it just ticks it over, and it just, it loosens you up, doesn't it?
Yeah,
definitely.
Yeah.
My goodness, we've been talking for 50 minutes. I'm loving chatting to you guys. But before we do go, where can we keep an eye on you for your new album? Because are you going to do pre-sales, pre-orders, those sorts of things?
There will be all that. Look, I think if people start, there's my website you can get on, which I'll pop information up, and socials, of course. Yeah. But I think, we'll be sort of aiming, it'll be after March next year. So when I sort of discuss this with Jules a bit more, we'll sort of get a bit of a plan together so everyone can keep their eyes out there and get ready for it. But yeah, there'll be all the pre-sale stuff as per normal. And once it's released, it'll be up on the stream services as well, I guess.
Oh,
But I've already got a heap of CDs.
Oh, have you got them already? So people can buy hard copies when it's time. And I love hard copies.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. People can buy hard copies.
Watching at the moment, and she said that she's looking forward to reviewing your album. And I know Kaz is a little bit like me. She loves to hold it and read it.
Yeah. I'm the same. King Stingray. I mean, I posted the other day Australia T-shirt day. I had, Billy Joe Porter T-shirt on. I love supporting artists.
Billy, we love having Billy Joe on this show. She's talented.
Phenomenal. I met her at Tamworth this year for the first time. She came up and I had to get a selfie and we had a bit of a chat, just such a bubbly, lovely person.
I love her, and her merch is one of my favorite T-shirts. It's so colourful and happy.
Yeah.
Just like her, just like she is. I love Tamworth because we always get to see her and catch up, and we are incredibly lucky in this country at the moment with all our artists.
Oh, aren't we? I mean, come on, Australia. You got to, there's all these beautiful artists out there. I love listening to them all.
Yeah.
And we need to, get them out there on the airwaves and give them all this support.
I love it. I love that, we are not short of good music and we don't have to go far because there's so much of it now. And it's just such an amazing time to be in Australian country music, especially.
So when you go to Tamworth, so do you take the big red boat, as we call it?
I like to. We normally, so my mum has been coming with me for the last few years, and I think she thinks that this one's her final one, but I don't think so. I think she'll get to a couple more. But she's not a big fan of driving, so we usually fly to Tamworth or fly. This year we flew to Newcastle and then drove to Tamworth. But this coming festival, we're flying into Tamworth and flying out because Mum didn't like the driving. She just gets a bit nervous on the road. So, and so we are flying straight there. But we usually hire a car and everything. But we do our show at the Atrium Cafe, which is just off of Peel Street.
Yeah, I know that.
And so we're also doing this year. We're going to go out to shows and do some interviews at the shows and meet people and get out and see a little bit. And we've got a hotel with pools. We thought we might do a couple of poolside interviews as well, just something different where we can all have a nice afternoon. And it's going to be fantastic. I can't wait.
It's going to be great. So is that a direct flight?
No. So we fly from here. Depends on the on the day that we're flying in sometimes. So we generally fly from Launceston because the airport door and my door, it's 3-minute drive, exactly 3 minutes to get from the front door to my door. So we're very lucky. We fly from here to Melbourne or here to Sydney and then Sydney to Tamworth. When we flew to Newcastle, we had to go Tassie to Melbourne, Melbourne to Canberra, Canberra to Newcastle. It was huge. Yeah. So that was it. Just, it's crazy that we can't get a direct flight, but it's just one of those things from here. I guess we don't have as many planes coming and going as I guess.
Yeah, we're the same in Canberra. Funny enough.
Yes,
it's an international airport, but
I tell you what, it's the cleanest airport ever. When we went there this year on the camera, I was surprised. I thought this looks like it's stunning. It's spotless.
Yeah, you can't drive in and you can do the drop off, but you can't do the bottom and drive it and pick up.
No, it's strange.
I do.
It's small enough you can get away with it.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for coming on the show. I've had absolutely wonderful time talking to you.
Awesome.
And we hope you get to come back again very soon, and hopefully we can do a live one in Tamworth as well. But guys, if you haven't already, go and have a listen to Crumbling Down. It is a fantastic song. I can guarantee you're going to absolutely love it. And if you scan that QR code, it will take you to whatever platform you would like to listen to your music on. So scan it now or scan it when the live has finished. It will stay up and still work. So go and enjoy the music and let us know what you think of the song when you've had a listen. Thank you so much, John. I've had an absolute ball. I hope you have an amazing time at your shows on the weekend with Luke and Lynn and all of them.
Yeah. Look, it'll be good fun. Whatever happens, it's always good fun.
Yeah. And that's what's the best part about this industry. No one can say we work, can they? It's a great industry to be part of.
It's a beautiful industry. Yeah, I love it.
Yeah, we're so lucky. Well, guys, thank you so much. We'll be back tomorrow night. We've got so much coming over the next few weeks, trying to fit everybody in before Christmas, and it's really sad that I can say Christmas is getting close. So, but it is. So, it's still time though if you want to go out and buy some of your favorite artists' merch or albums or anything for Christmas presents. So go out and save yourself lots of trips to town. Go out and buy an Australian artist's music or T-shirt to give to your family, and get them into the amazing music that we have in this country. We thank you so much again, John. We will see, and thank you, Scott. Thank you so much in the background there. Thumbs up. We will see you all tomorrow night. Thank you so much, everybody. We'll see you shortly.
Bye-bye.